Hello, Schey candidates. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Zac Winslow, and this year I'm the Director of Lifelong Learning under the Candidate Advancement Team. So I'm taking a different approach this year, and I'm starting a digital series called the Schey Standard. I'm going to make 3 to 5 videos this semester or throughout the year, basically helping you with the professional and personal development throughout the year. This is really going to help Schey in its brand integrity and making you guys the best candidates that you can be. So what I'm going to talk to you today about is, you smell that? Career fair is coming, that's right. Today I'm talking about tips and tricks on how to dominate the career fair, talk to employers, and make sure you find the right full-time or internship opportunity that you're looking for to jumpstart your career. Let's do this. Step 1, research and identify the employers that might be a good fit for you. Harrison, what's up, dude? What you up to?
Hey Zach, how's it going, buddy?
That's going well.
Right now I'm just researching some companies that I know are coming to the career fair.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I gotta lock up that full-time job, so.
Yeah, absolutely. So what do you look for? Like, how do you know the company's a good fit for you? What do you look for?
Well, I look for a company that I know is in a good industry, that I know has the potential for growth. I'm also looking at where the job is gonna be located, if I'm gonna have to move to another city, things like that. And also, another thing that's really important when researching a company is just looking at the values of the company and the company culture. Is it something that you're going to be able to fit in or not? So basically just doing some extensive research, looking at their LinkedIn, looking at their company website, finding out who's been working at that company, maybe reaching out to them to get a testimonial or something like that.
Yeah, are you talking to people who did the internship too, or?
Yeah, definitely. I always reach out to anybody I know who has either worked there full-time already or they're in an internship, and kind of just speak to them, see what their experience has been so far, see if they like it, ask them questions about what they do in their job, and things like that. So, yeah.
Well, I'll let you get back to work.
Absolutely. Hey, nice to see you, buddy.
Yeah, you too. What Harrison said was really important. He's searching companies, and you want to make a top 5 list and research to see if it's going to be a good fit for you, right? Not just if the company's going to pay you a lot of money or to come out or going to pay for housing. Those are important things too, but ultimately you want the internship or full-time opportunity to be a fit for you with their culture and the industry that you're going to be servicing with them. So keep that in mind when you're researching companies. It's so important to know what they do, because you can't ask them that in the career fair. You have to show them that you know them. So do your research on those things and talk to people. All right, Schey, here's a breakdown of how to dominate the career fair starting this week. All right, so we already talked about how to research your companies and what to look for and how to use that information. So we're going to cross it off our little checklist here for your breakdown. Next, you want to refine your resume. Now, these are some very few tips I'm going to give you. I think the most important ones that I'm going to hit on here, but make sure you have professionals look at your resume, whether it's seniors who may have a job, have already have a pretty good resume. Talk to Allie, talk to Dr. Rapp, or go to the career management center located on Copeland, 2nd floor. Use those resources to help refine your resume, but I'm going to give you a few tips just right off the bat. First off, you want to quantify your experiences as much as possible. Now, granted, they might be some menial labor jobs, but for example, I worked at Chipotle and I made tacos on the line or burritos on the line. So in my shift, I put in a 2 or 3 hour shift, I made 200 burritos. Okay, so you want to kind of quantify those experiences. That's very tangible. Numbers can stick in people's head, right? That's going to make your resume stand out. Second, you want to put the relevant experiences at top, right? So any sort of sales-related experiences you want right up there. Now, you may not think they're sales-related, but they are. So if you were a server, or you worked retail, or you did some sort of customer service, you were a cashier, those are actually a type of sales, right? Any sort of customer interaction you should put on the top. Next, you want power verbs, right? Never put did or make. You put I generated, or I delegated, something along those lines, something that's going to really stick inside the person's brain. These are going to be crucial. These are just a few tips, but please talk to people and have other people look at it and cross-reference your resume. Next, you need a dress for success. Guys, this is the moneymaker right here, okay? This is called business professional. This is business professional for men. You need a black, gray, or navy suit, tie. I like a tie clip, very GQ. If you don't have a suit, dress as best as you can if you have a sports jacket and khakis, but being business professional is very important. Ladies, I know there's some information to ask around how you should dress. I know it's a nice pantsuit or professional skirt. So this is business professional. So dress for success. We nailed that. We nailed refine your resume. Talk to people, have professionals look at it. Now guys, before you get into the career fair, be confident. When you're talking to employers, use a confident tone. Project yourself, but also be very conversational. You don't have to present at them. You're not giving a presentation or a cluster presentation. You're just having a conversation. So remember, have a two-way conversation, dress for success, be confident, do these things, and you're gonna dominate the game. Okay, Schey, now that we have the prep stuff out of the way, it's time to actually start talking about how to interact with the employer when you get there. So first off, I'm going to tell you how to actually start the conversation. It's important to be human and build rapport. That way you have a natural segue into learning about the company, learning about what they do, and breaking the ice. That's very important. Next is asking intelligent questions below the surface, right? So you already did the research, so you'll never ask them, what do you do, right? You need to ask very intelligent questions. I'll tell you how to do that, what that looks like. After you have a productive conversation, you feel it's a good fit, you're going to ask for the interview times or the hiring process. So, make sure you summarize the value and justify why you're asking that question. I'll tell you how to do that play by play. Here's how it goes. So we're going to do a little role playing just so you guys kind of get an idea and a sense of, how to interact during the career fair. So my buddy Harrison here is going to be the employer and I'm going to be the Schey candidate. And we're going to do what not to do and what to do. So we'll start off with what not to do. Be a robot.
How's it going?
Hello, my name is Zac Winslow and I am a finance and marketing major looking for a sales position. Here's what to do. Be a human. Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how you doing? My name's Zac.
Zac, nice to meet you. I'm Harrison.
Harrison, hey, have you been to Athens before? Is this your first time?
You know what? This actually is my first time, but it's beautiful. The campus is great.
Oh my gosh, that's why I fell in love with the school, honestly.
Yeah, I can completely understand that, yeah.
Yeah, well here, let me give you my resume.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
I'll tell you a little about myself. I'm a finance and marketing major,
Okay.
Looking for sales opportunities. I did some research on your company and I'm really interested in, the insurance industry and I wanted you, could you give me some information about what the day-to-day life of an insurance agent would be like?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
So after you approach the employer and you build some rapport with them, you want to start asking some questions, either he or she, that you approach. So here's what not to do and what questions not to ask because you won't impress the employer and they'll forget about you immediately. So I'm going to role play with Harrison right now. So, Harrison, what do you guys do exactly?
What do we do? Like overall, is there anything that you are familiar with about our company? Do you know what we do at all? Or?
No, not really. Could you just give me an overview?
Like just the whole overview?
Yeah, the whole enchilada.
Yeah, sure. Start from the beginning, I guess.
So asking good questions is really important, right? Because, as you're talking to them, you want to show them that you know them. If you ask a surface level question, the conversation's not going to go anywhere and they're going to know that you're not being genuine and you didn't do your homework. So that's why it's so important to do the research. Look at some press releases that you can go off of and ask them as to why, a certain event's happening or why they're pursuing a certain market that you researched. Showing this is mean that you're genuine, you're ready, you want to know more about this company, and the conversation's going to go somewhere and they're going to remember you. So when you're doing that, make sure you ask those type of questions and start taking notes too. Take notes, jot them down in your professional pad folder that you can get at the college bookstore. Great investment, looks very professional. Take some notes, but also make sure you're making eye contact. Just jot a few things down as you're talking to them and learning more about their company. So I'm going to role play with Harrison right now. So Harrison, I know that I did some research on your website and I saw you guys have grown 10% year over year in revenue. What are the factors as to why that's happening in your company? That's very exciting, by the way. I want to congratulate you on that.
Yeah, thank you. Well, we've tapped into a very, very small percentage of what our target market is.
Mm-hmm.
And our company's been almost doubling in size year after year, going hand in hand with that 10% increase. We've been very innovative in bringing in new positions, new roles, such as college students like yourself and business development departments. But yeah, we're going to continue to see that increase in that percentage year after year as we continue to tap into a higher percentage of our market.
That's really exciting.
Yeah,
that's something
absolutely.
that I can definitely help and be a part of. I'd like to be.
Wonderful.
So after you built some rapport, you asked some great questions, had a great conversation, got to know the recruiter, the company, and what the nature of the internship program, full-time opportunity looks like, what you need to do is get an interview time. So here's what not to do after you had that good conversation. Harrison, I had a really good conversation with you and really enjoyed learning about your company and the opportunities available.
Yeah.
It was nice meeting you. Have a good day.
It was nice
Enjoy
to meet you
Athens.
as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely. See you, Zach.
See ya. So like I said before, it's really important that you ask for the interview time or what the process looks like if you're serious about this internship program or full-time opportunity and you found out that was a good fit. Make sure you summarize the value and justify why you're asking for that interview time or asking about that process. So here's what that looks like. Hey Harrison, I really enjoy getting to meet you, learning about the company and the internship experience. You know, based on our conversation, I think I can bring a lot of value with the experience I have and what we talked about in my strengths.
Yeah.
So I wanted to set up an interview time if you're holding interviews or wanted to know what that process looks like to get started.
Yeah, absolutely. We have a sheet here behind the table that you'd be able to fill out for an interview time.
Great.
We'll hold on-campus interviews for the next 2 days. Yeah, it was a pleasure talking to you.
Yeah.
And I look forward to interviewing sometime in the next 2 days.
Okay, great. Thanks,
Absolutely.
Harrison.
Yeah,
All right, have a good day.
You too.
Okay, Schey, this concludes our first video in the Schey Standard series. Just another quick tip for follow-ups. If you didn't get the interview or they didn't have any interviews, make sure to follow up with the employer that you're interested in via email or a written thank you card. That goes a long way. Guys, thanks for your attention. Go get them, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.